Everyone. This is Eva with Stitching in the Interlake. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're all doing well. Today is Saturday, the 30th of July, 2022. And today happens to be the Eriksdale Community Yard Sale. Yes! I'm so looking forward to it. So it technically starts at 10 o'clock, which is in about 50 minutes. But as most yard sales go, they always open up early because everybody's around, right? Trying to get that early, just getting that first pick, right? So as you can see here, I'm working on Winter Season Sampler, which is the companion to the Autumn Season Sampler. And I'm getting along pretty well. I'm working on these black dots. Can you see? And that is color 469. So I don't know how much I'm going to get done today, but we'll see. So that's where I am at. So since Monday is the 1st of August, I am going to start a 1st of August start. Did that make any sense? It's my first start for August. Let's do it that way. My nuthatches out there. They're so funny. Those birds are so funny because they go up and down backwards on the tree. Upside down and everything. And their legs are further back like what a loons are. So, anyway. So, this is what I'm starting. And I know the picture's horrendous. It's called Victoria Wharf or Victorian Wharf. And it's really not that big. But this is, this is an 11 count. I thought this was a 14. This is an 11. Oh, it must be an 11 count. Okay, it's an 11 count. I stand corrected on any earlier videos. So I think I'm going to start on this. And for this one here, the edges are serged, which I was really happy about. I got this from I'm not sure here. Nope, that's not it. Oh, here it is. Trying to remember, where did I get this from? I think this was from VIPcrossstitch.com, but don't quote me on it, I will tell you. Yes, VIPcrossstitch.com. I don't want to make a mistake. There was, when I first got this out, I was calling it From One Day Saving, but then I put VIP Cross Stitch, so I mixed it up royally. But this is indeed from VIP Cross Stitch, and the discount code is Interlake 05, right? Interlake, is it? Oh, I'll tell you here, just a second. It's a good thing I have this stuff written down. Yes, Interlake 05, all one word. And you will get an extra 5% off. So, yeah. So, I'm going to start this on Monday, so stay tuned for this. I just wish they would have had a much nicer picture. But, yeah. And if you are doing this, don't be worried about if it looks like confetti, okay? That you think, oh, this is all jumbled up. No. Your eye needs to settle on the color that you're working, okay? So I think for me to start off, I may work on these solid red ones, or I try to work the solid ones first, or I may work on these solid yellow ones, or they have the green ones. Doesn't really matter. I just pick one symbol and I work it. Now, I'm not sure if I'll work it all the way through, but I may do that. The second one that I'm going to start in August is this Halloween, or Hubble Bubble, that I think is a much better title. Hubble Bubble, Toil and Trouble. So, yeah. So I'm going to work on this one. And this one is straightforward. It is an 11 count. Okay, I thought that I was getting a 14 count, but it is an 11 count. And it's straightforward. It is just straightforward. And I think this Hubble Bubble here, I may or may not, where I will do it in a variegated, but I'll see. I'll see. And the one thing I was really I was looking at, were these bats. You see these bats? Well, there's this round thing in the front of it. Okay, there's its head. Okay, that's its head right there. But this looks like a propeller. So I'm not exactly sure what that is supposed to mean. Is that supposed to mean their sonar? I don't know. But I guess I will find out. I'm looking forward to starting this one. This one here shouldn't take very long. It's very straightforward. Yeah. So look forward to these two projects coming in August. And if I get this Halloween sampler finished, which I probably will, then I will maybe start a different one. So, yeah. So anyways, yeah, it's a nice day for the yard sale. I am hoping and praying that I sell a lot. Now, with community yard sale here, and I'm not sure if it's all over, but what they do is, if you're doing the community yard sale, that 10% of the what you sell, so your result, oh gosh, lost for words, it goes back to Eriksdale, and it helps for the following year and for advertising and all that kind of stuff. Helps with the signs, promotions, that kind of thing. So pray hard. Pray hard that I will sell everything. Now, realistically, no. I know that is not going to happen. That is not going to happen. But I one can still hope and dream, right? So, yesterday I kept banging on the windows out there for those darn blue jays. Because they came and they almost emptied it out. I'll have to go and fill it up later. But those darn blue jays, I'm telling you. Just bear with me with regards to the uploading of my videos, okay? Because it's been really, really slow lately. Really, really slow. It's taking 14, 16 hours to upload. Sometimes I will have to change the thumbnail picture because for whatever reason it doesn't like it. So I may just put a picture in there and then just go back and change it. Because I can do that and it will accept that, but I don't know. So, yeah. So if you wonder if, like, who was it, Jeannie this morning? I think it was Jeannie, or was it 1981 Pheasant? I don't know. One of them. They contacted me and they said, do you know that the video is the same one that you posted? It's like, yeah, I know. It's just that I changed the thumbnail. So I don't know why it's running so slow. So slow. So yesterday first of all, I made my plum cakes. Well, they're plum and Saskatoon berry. And I made 3. All 3 were rather on the smaller side. Like I had 2, well, I had one longer but narrower. And then I had one square one. And then I had a long, narrow one. And the long, narrow one was for David. He got me the Saskatoons. So that was good. So because that helped to stretch the fruit in it. And then the square one was for Juliet, because there's Juliet and John, and then Juliet's 2 nephews and niece. So they're out, so I thought, well, I'll just do that. And yeah, so then David was here. He helped me hook up my printer. Finally, I have my printer hooked up. So I'm happy about that. It took quite a bit. It took almost an hour because we couldn't figure out how to get it to go. And then Randy was here. He got the garage door in, but nothing's hooked up yet, so I can't open it. It's in there. It's just not stable enough yet. Lots of vehicles are coming into town already. So, yeah, but anyways, and then I went over to get my prescriptions. And you should always always look at your prescriptions before you leave the pharmacy. I get blister packs, and I opened up the blister pack, and I looked at it, and I thought, oh, I've got new capsules. And it's usually because they've changed suppliers or something, but then something didn't quite ring true for me in it all. And I couldn't get it all sorted. I couldn't get it all, I couldn't figure it out, because it didn't look quite right. And so Mina was back from his trip to Egypt. He went to visit his family. He hadn't seen them in 7 years, so he was happy. He could only go for 4 weeks, but still, that's good. But anyways, he looked at it, and I said, something's not right here. And it turned out that my morning meds were put into my nighttime, and my nighttime meds were put into the morning slot. So he said, not a problem. He said, we'll get it sorted out. And I said, that's good, because sometimes I'm not all, like, I get confused anyways. So I don't want to be taking my nighttime meds in the morning. I've done that before. Totally by accident, but I've done that before, where I've accidentally grabbed the nighttime meds. And believe me, that's not pleasant. So always, even if you get it in the bottle, check to make sure it is your prescription, your name on it, that it has, and that the bottles contain what they're supposed to be. Okay? Because med errors occur all the time. And I remember doing nursing, and med errors do happen. And there was one time I made a doozy of a one. A doozy. So yeah, it was, yeah. And I didn't catch myself in time, but something was niggling at my brain when I did that. But I have caught med errors with regard to prescriptions quite a few times. That they've given me the wrong dosage. That it's in the wrong slot. That they've missed something completely. So yeah, always wise to look. So, but yeah, so Miss Twinkle Toes decided that 4:45 was a good time to try and get me up to feed her. And oh gosh, I did not want to get up. And so then I thought it was around 6, but it was at 5. And I got out of bed. So, yeah. So we'll see how my morning goes. And I may just come home here and just lay down for a while. Not to sleep, but just to lay down. Just to shut my eyes for a bit. So, but knowing me and the way that I am, I'll probably end up just going over to Juliet's and just hanging out there. And Lilybell will be at home here. I'll come and check on her, though, of course. So, yeah. But otherwise, not much else is happening. Not much else is happening. I really need to get some days here where I am just stitching. I just want to get days where I can just stitch. I miss those days. Because I used to be able to sit for hours and hours and hours. Because I wasn't as busy. But since I've been here, I am so busy. I am so very busy. But you know what? Winter's coming. Nasty weather's coming. So I'll have plenty of time to stitch then. I stopped reading or listening to the book that I was reading, and I was on the third book, and throughout these books, like, there were things that just were not adding up. They were just not adding up. And it's like there's supposed to be a CME, but when a CME happens, it fries, or an EMP, it fries all the electronics. And here, all these vehicles, all these, police vehicles and everything else are still all running. But the power's out. And that just that doesn't happen. If it's strong enough to knock out the power grid, it's strong enough to kill an ordinary car with electronics. And like they still had two-way radios and all that kind of stuff. And it's just like, nope. And then it was these people were always on the run, And and they've been on the run for days and days. And yet throughout those days, they barely slept. They barely slept, if they did at all. And they barely ate or drank anything. And so anyways, that to me was suspicious. And then it was that, like, the hospitals were out, everything, and yet these cars ran. To me, it just, I don't know. And now, with regards to Sarah, she was in this altercation, and there was this cop, and that they knew, or she knew, and she had dated a time or two previous, because her and her husband were separated. And yet it doesn't, they never alluded to this beforehand. So it's almost as if that something had occurred before this that you don't know anything about. And I was like, no, 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 no. I have to, no, there were just too many, like, loose ends and things brought in, and things missing. Like, the writer just goes on, and then he stops writing about that person, and then you find out later on that that person was killed. And there was no, like, it was almost that there was a chapter missing or something. So, yeah. So I stopped reading that one. I now have a different one that I got through the library, and it's a murder mystery about these 8 people or so who are, it's winter time, and they all have reservations at this lodge or this hotel or whatever it is. And it's only the father and the son that are there. They're the owners, but because it's been basically a blizzard, and they're way up in the mountains and far away from town. So a recipe for disaster, right? So eventually it's going to be that a few people get knocked off. And so far there is a defense attorney. There is a businessman. There is a guy that is there with his fiance, and he is the his family owns some kind of business or something, and he is set to inherit this when his father dies. It's a multi-million or billion-dollar company or something. There are these 2 girls, they're best friends. Their vehicle had gone off the side of the road, lost control or something. And that couple there, the engaged couple, stopped and picked them up. And then there's and the one girl, they're friends. And the one girl, and it seems like they're lifelong friends since they were in public school. And the other friend, something's happened in her life, but there is nothing. She was somehow, I think she was a soldier, and she had gone to Afghanistan. So there's something going on there, and PTSD and all that kind of stuff. So, and then there's a husband and wife that are growing apart, and how they, they've become bored with each other. She's got middle-age spread. He's got basically a midlife crisis. Yeah. So who knows where that's going to go. So, yeah. So, and there's a few, I think there's somebody else. Yeah, the defense attorney is by himself. He doesn't have anybody. His boss told him to take some days off. So, no, I think that's it. So I think there's like 10 people, including the father and the son. So there's been a lot of good reviews on it. So I thought, well, I had it in my library selections. So I thought, okay, fine. So I'm just going to finish these few stitches up. Yeah, and then I'm going to go and I'm going to head uptown and I'm going to see what's what. The library is even involved. There's some people at the United Church, which is, it's not in operation anymore, but there's people that have that spot. There's at the community park over here, the railway park, where there's a whole bunch. There's the market garden there. So, yeah, so we'll see. Okay. So I'm getting along here pretty well. I got a little bit up here on these mittens. On this tree here on the wreath. I'm getting there. Will I get it done by the end of the month? I doubt it. But I'll be pretty close. It's just that I've been so busy. So busy. So, all right, everyone, I guess that's it for now. So, may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be well. May God bless you this day and every day. God loves you, and so do I. And so does Miss Twinkle Toesies, Miss Lilybell, who is sleeping away. Yes. All right, everybody. I will report in tomorrow or later on the Facebook group and let you know how I made out at the yard sale. Thank goodness that Juliet and John are there, and then Juliet's two nephews and niece. So, yeah. So, okay, that's it. I guess I'll let you go, and I will talk to you tomorrow after church, of course. Toodle-oodles, everybody.